Hey everybody, I'm Uncle Jerry and welcome to my world. Hey, I'm just doing this video because I'm going to call this Uncle Jerry's BS night. Um, Probably noticed I haven't put any Synth Cats and Space videos out. I haven't been inspired lately. I have to be in the right mood to come up with some stupid crap, cheesy sci-fi stuff, and nothing's hitting me right now. I don't know if it's the state of the world or what, but I'm not even sure if people really care. But instead, what I've done, spending my time, I totally flipped my studio around 90 degrees. It's been a work in progress since I moved here. I moved to North Carolina a few years ago, and I'm remodeling the place and just a lot of stuff going on. And so the studio is coming along slowly. But I've changed the design about 20 times, but I finally realized that I wanted to be able to make more YouTube videos, but do it easily within the studio. So I kind of flipped everything so I will have more room. And I didn't like the workflow of what I originally thought would be great. It's as time went on, I was like, this isn't working. So I'm really happy now. I flipped everything around. I've got a green screen behind me, behind my main mixing console, so I can make my videos here. And again, I'm not very professional at it yet, but I've got some equipment and I'm working on better lighting and stuff. Just takes time. And so what I've been doing is wiring up all the major audio cables to my, what I call my foundation keyboards. Actually, what I call my foundation keyboards are a piano, a digital piano, and a synth. Those are always and a powerful synth. Those are always my foundation keyboards. Actually, the foundation is the piano. From that, everything layers on top, as most of us know. So I've got an RD2000 from Roland as my digital piano, and I've got a Phantom 06 on top of it. And that's what I'm considering my core control of everything, so that I can control everything through MIDI to any other synth in the studio. But not so importantly, since I can mobily get around to the other synths, the core foundation synths, I'm not too worried about it, but I wanted that control there. And the other powerhouse synths are an Oberheim OBX8 and a Prophet 5 Rev 4 Anniversary Edition, a Roland System 8, a JDXA. And while I don't consider my core, I consider my icing on cake, an Oberheim Matrix 6 and a sequential OB6, which I call Oberheim OB6. Let's face it, it's an Oberheim. To me, it looks like an Oberheim, feels like an Oberheim, sounds like an Oberheim, and I know that some people will disagree with that. But anyhow, so I've been spending the time installing wiring harnesses so the cables will be elevated from the floor so you can, sweep dust and whatever. So that's taken some time, and I've got back problems and COPD, so I move pretty slow. But anyhow, I've been managing to get a lot of the core stuff wired up. And number one friend, zip ties. You gotta have zip ties in your little, everyone knows you gotta have your little snips. And these are key. Other thing that is probably the most important thing if you're doing a home studio, label your cables on each end. Label them. Even maybe label them halfway, so you know what the hell you got going on. Because right now I got a lot of cables and I'm not done. So to give you an idea of what's going on, I've chosen the iConnectivity Mio XL MIDI router. And my friend Rich Cabasa and I have been talking about this. In fact, I feel kind of bad. He's got his up and operating. He's got two of them. and I don't have mine up and operating. I've only used them for tests at my kitchen table, to be honest. But these are probably the best MIDI routers on the market today, in my opinion. You control them with software, plus you've got a lot of control on the front panel. You've got 6 MIDI in-out DINs on the back and 2 on the front. And then the other ones are 4 MIDI outs. Plus you have your USB hosts for those of you that go USB, as well as on the front. MIDI data only. You can't use them for anything else. But you've got your, I wish this was on the back, your USB port to the computer. And also something I'm using to link 2 of these together is the RTP MIDI Ethernet ports. You can buy yourself a little switch, a little 4-port switch, hook each of these together and create one massive routing powerhouse. Really good stuff, really good. I've tested it, like I said, on my kitchen table. I'm in the middle of getting them hooked up right now. And I decided to go MIDI in and out to each foundation keyboard. 5-pin MIDI, in and out, each foundation keyboard. The thought process being, I want to record MIDI to my DAW, and when I play back, I want it to go to each keyboard in my studio. Don't have to do that, but that's just something I wanted. Don't ask me why. I was in my early design thought processes, and that's it. Also, I've also started wiring. I've got 3 of these Samson patch bays. The way they work is in the back, you plug all your synths and keyboards in the back, and then you plug all these into your mixer. And then that way, on the front panel, if you want to plug in an effects device, you just patch it in to your effects device and then back in, and you can add, a Strymon Night Sky to your OBX8. I mean, whatever you want to do. So instead of plugging cables and this and that. So I originally designed for 24 channels. The mixer I bought isn't really working out for me. It's a Mackie Onyx 24. You really don't get 24 channels. And the USB isn't working the way I wanted it to. So I'm gonna upgrade to a different board. I'm pretty sure what I know what I'm gonna do. And I might make a video about that. But what's nice about this is you buy yourself another patch bay and you plug all your effects devices in and out to it. So you could just plug and play, put any effects on whatever synth you want throughout your studio, just with a couple cables. Nice way to go. So I only own 2 right now. I've got another one coming now from Sweetwater. Wait for it to come. It's probably going to be a while before I get all those effects devices hooked up. I use a lot of external stuff from my band days over the years. And I don't know, it might be a little crazy trying to patch them all in, but basically I'm looking to, be like a professional studio, patch whatever I want to whatever synth I want and use whatever effect I want, pre-mixer, and record that way. And that doesn't even include merging in your VSTs with your effects on the DAW, whatever DAW you're using. And that's another thing. I'm an idiot. I try too many things at once. I'm a Cubase user because when I bought the Yamaha Mox F6, it came with Cubase. I didn't even know what it was until years later, and then I installed it. Cubase is nice. They consider it like top of the line, but I'll tell you what, it's got too much. You can get too confused. So I downloaded a trial of Logic Pro since I switched to Mac. Don't ask me why I torture myself. I switched to Mac for the studio too. Sometimes I second guess that decision as well. But I'm going to be playing with Logic Pro a little bit to see if I'd rather. I want something simple, and Logic Pro seems to be simple, whereas Cubase is more for I mean, there's just so many parameters and so many things. It's powerful. It's very powerful, and I'm not knocking it in any way. But I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to do too much at one time. But I'm focusing now on just now that I've decided to flip everything around and rewire the studio and what was never really totally wired in the first place. Get the wiring foundation done. Test it out with 6 cents and 5 cents in a digital piano. Test my MIDI routing with that and see how it goes, and then I'll incorporate the other half. And I really don't have a whole lot of room in here. This is my master bedroom. I converted my master bedroom into the studio, and I made my master bedroom the guest bedroom. Well, what was the guest bedroom? That's how nutso I am. But hey, I'm single. What do I care? And I'm sure if I was married, it wouldn't be working out that way. In fact, I wouldn't even have this room, if you know what I'm saying. She'd probably say go in a corner somewhere, and you could have two. No, I don't play that game, not anymore. But anyhow, remember, label your cables, have your snips, lots of cable ties. Always buy extra length on your cables, because I measured, but then you got to allow for slack and how it goes around the keyboard and comes around. You never realize how many extra feet it takes if you want to keep things neat and off the floor. So if you think you need a 20-footer, buy a 30-footer. You might have a little bit of excess, but obviously being short and shy is not a good thing. So I think I'm done rattling. I just thought I would just do that. And I don't know if I said it yet or not, but no, I haven't got a haircut. People are asking me about it, and like, Uncle Jerry, he used to be so professional looking. And it's like, you're right. I used to have to wear a suit and tie and all that crap. You weren't allowed a beard. And I had to do that for years. And now I still work, but I work at home. I don't have to go see people. I don't have to go to the office. I don't have to do this. So now I can look like the 80s rock star, even though I look ridiculous because I'm an old man. But I don't care. It's called about having fun. Just like these YouTube channels and everything. Oh, don't buy this, don't buy that. Buy it. If it works for you, buy it. I love the stuff going on. I'm an avid watcher and I'm an avid fan of everybody on both sides. I'm not going to mention names on this one, but I'm an avid fan of all these guys that we all know and love. And I'm like, as long as it works for you, I understand the thing of comparing cents and note for note, and this is trash and this isn't. We're starting to forget about making music, at least my opinion. And that's what I want to get back to doing. I just want to have fun, make music, but I love talking about the technical aspects of it and reading and watching it and watching this stuff go back and forth, because it helps educate me and keeps me away from buying stuff. But I mean, if I don't know, if the Behringer Pro 1 doesn't sound like the vintage Pro 1 that you're going to pay how much money for, and it's old electronics, I mean, ideally, does the human ear really know that unless you put an oscilloscope on it? Is it really that important to debate? I don't know. Just like the UBXA and the Oberheim stuff. I mean, some people are like, this isn't going to work for me. They bought it, and it's like, no, it's not an Oberheim. You get what you pay for, blah, blah, blah. Then the other camp's going like, this is great. I finally have an Oberheim sound. And it's like, not everybody can afford the high-end stuff. And so if somebody gives you something that gets close and really does sound close enough, especially playing live in a band or whatever, hey, whatever floats your boat. I'm kind of both sides of the fence. I just kind of like I ride the wave, and it's like I just do what's right for me. I know the music I want to make and the stuff I want to do. I love the debates. I agree with both sides. I'm a pretty easygoing guy, and I see points on all sides. I really do. I see their points, and some people really get crazy about it, but I don't know. Let's just remember what it's all about. And it's all about, just having some fun. That's all, and making music. Anyhow, I think I rattled enough tonight. I thought I'd throw this out here this evening, and I don't care if I'm rattling. I don't care if it's professional. I'm just letting people know I don't expect Synthcats in space for a while, and just wanted to put my presence out there and say hi to everybody, and hope you're all doing well. And thank you for supporting my channel and watching the crap I do post. It's definitely appreciated. So I'll keep you posted on what's going on. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. But hopefully I'll be able to start making videos of some sounds here eventually. I just found out I'm short on some stuff. I got to order some more cables. So always order a little extra. My dad used to say, measure 3 times, cut once. Most of the world says measure twice, cut once. My dad always said measure 3 times, cut once. Well, I didn't listen too well. I eyeballed it, and I said, I can do this, and then I came up short. Live and learn. All right, everybody. Hope you're all having a great evening. Thanks for listening to me rattle. Have fun. I'm Uncle Jerry, and welcome to my world.